I play Cassie Clum, and she is, well, she's a meth addict. So it's been a really interesting character to play in that, obviously there's the layer of the drug that is a constant thought process, but more importantly for me as an actor, it's why is she abusing herself in this way? What kind of lies beneath that? And I think that really comes from her being incredibly dissatisfied in her life. It's the one character in which I can wake up in the morning as Kate and feel tired and a little sick and feel like, oh, that's probably good for the character. I don't have to worry at all about how I look. And that's quite a liberating thing, I think, for an actor, in that it's just a complete detachment from myself physically. It almost reminds me of a kind of more of an old time film, in that it's quite character driven. It's simplistic in the best way, in that the action and the physicality relies on the believability of the actors and the characters. I feel like we've kind of lost that a little bit in cinema, so I was attracted to the screenplay for that reason. I thought Sylvester Stallone did an amazing job adapting the novel. I've loved working with James. It's interesting. We didn't speak much about the characters before stepping on set together, and I play his sister, and they obviously have a quite dysfunctional relationship in that he's the dealer and she's the user. So there's this kind of neediness and guilt between them, and so much of the relationship is unspoken. It's really, I think, displayed how, what kind of lies between the words between James and myself. And we both just kind of launched off the cliff and just let that be what it was, and didn't really speak too much about it, which is nice when you have that kind of effortless exchange with an actor when you don't know them very well and haven't worked with them before. So I've enjoyed working with him a lot. I've loved working with Jason. He's such a sweetheart and a really talented actor, incredibly professional. Just a real joy to be around. He really lights up a room. Like, whenever he comes on set, I feel like he has just a great energy, and it's important. I always think it's important for the actors to kind of bring that energy to a set, because it does kind of ripple out to the crew. And it's amazing to see him in action scenes, of course, because he's so well versed, and it's extraordinary. I've seen stunt men do it beautifully, but I've never seen an actor do it as skilled as he is, and that coupled with his acting talent's really something to watch. Working with Gary's been such a pleasure. I said to him, I said, do you ever sleep? Because we'll be working on night shoots, and everyone's just like falling over, they're so tired. He's just so focused and ready to go, and it's great to have that in a leader, to have that kind of energy. And it's wonderful to have a director who will really trust the actors and collaborate with the actors, and he's really done that in a way that's been a wonderful experience for me. We talked about the characters a lot before being on set, and then we kind of left the dialogue behind and just kind of jumped into filming, and from there on out, it was just him kind of trusting his actors with the characters. And he said it best when he said, you're gonna start knowing Cassie better than me, as soon as you're on set. I think that it'll appeal to young people, but also to older people too, because it is a kind of a good old American movie, and like I said, it reminds me of kind of the old time cinema, but still, action packed and kind of a great ride, but has a sense of intelligence to it. So I hope everyone really enjoys it.